Welcome everyone. Welcome to day 19 of the book The Absolute Law of Karma, written by our Param Pujya Gurudev Pandit 𝗢𝐴𝐴. Yesterday we read about how our sufferings are a blessing in disguise and are the best teachers in life, and how changing our perception towards them by realizing that they are nothing but the result of our own karmas can change a lot about how we experience them in our psyche, and then they no longer remain as sufferings. Let's move on and read another topic titled Create Your Own World. The physical cosmos, according to a philosopher, is made up of inert components which can be molded into any desired configuration. The doer, man, is animate, whereas the elements of the cosmos are inert. The animate doer has the capacity to utilize an inert substance as needed. A potter has free choice to make any object of the pottery out of raw mud. A goldsmith can make any ornament from gold. With the needle and thread, a tailor can make any shirt or anyhow a trouser out of it. The material world consists of elements creating three types of qualitative reactions in life. In spiritual parlance, these natural attributes of the world are known as Sat, Raj and Tam. Broadly speaking, Sat stands for the most refined, cohesive and superconductive medium of the spirit. Tam, the most opaque, sluggish and perverted. And Raj means the most perturbed and unstable, in which both Sat and Tam coexist in continued disequilibrium. Man is free to choose any combination of attributes amongst these, with the one predominant over the other two. So here Gurudev is trying to tell us how the entire universe is made up of Purush and Prakriti, wherein Purush is the man, the animate, the doer, and Prakriti is the Jad, the inert, and the elements which do not have real life inside them. So it is the universe is a combination of Purush and Prakriti, the Jad and Chetan, the conscious and the unconscious, and everything, both the conscious and unconscious in this universe, are made up of three qualitative attributes, which in the divine parlance are known as Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic. Sat, Raj and Tam, wherein Sattvic is considered the most refined, the most pure, the closest to the divine. Remember, it is not the attribute of the divine, it is the attribute which is closest to the divine in nature. And Rajasic is the one which falls between Sattvic and Tamasic, wherein both Sat and Tam coexist in continued disequilibrium. Rajasic can either be more towards Sattvic also or more towards Tamasic also. It stands for continued activity, something which creates a lot of activities, also known as Rajasic. And Tamasic, which stands for the most opaque, sluggish, or the most negative trait in colloquial language, if we have to say. And if you have read some of Ayurveda also, you might know that all the food that exists, everything that man consumes, is being divided into these three categories of Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic based on what kind of pravritti or the tendency that food inculcates in our body. Let's read further. In a garden there is a slush, filth as well as fragrance of flowers. Worms creep into the mud, flies find out the filth, and the bees go straight to the flowers. Everyone receives things of one's choice. Bats and owls can see even during the darkest of night. Honey bees are able to detect fructose in the tiny flowers hidden in a thick bush, and the poisonous snakes manufacture venom out of the harmless organic substances. In this world, good and bad things, virtues and vices, morality and immorality exist everywhere. It is like that super cafeteria where the customer has free choice to procure sweet, sour or bitter food. The shelves of the supermarket of the world are stocked with stuffs of unlimited varieties. Customers enter the shop and purchase items of their taste. Our Supreme Mother has kept prepared dishes for everyone's taste. So just like when we go to a restaurant or a cafe, we are free to choose what kind of food we eat. Similarly, in this world, man is free to choose out of these three attributes of what kind of tendencies he wants to absorb and thereby live with for the rest of his life. The ideosphere, which is the personal ideological environment of a thief, is overwhelmed with thievery. This ideosphere will easily interact with the compatible itosphere of other thieves. Be it a prison, society or house, everywhere a thief will find thievery being discussed. His family members will generally talk about thievery. Some will support his avocation, others oppose it. When the thief moves in the society, persons known to him will pass good or bad comments about his profession. When he meets fellow thieves, they will talk only about the tricks of the trade. In a prison, thieves will flock together and immediately discuss their favorite subject. In this way, a thief will find the entire world revolving around thievery. He will regard thievery as the most important trade and think very little of anything else. He will be indifferent to other things in life. Similarly, an adulterer or an adulteress will see an adulterant in each man and woman. He or she will collect and display erotic photographs, paintings, and literature in the house. Friends and acquaintances having similar inclinations will be easily found. In his or her mind, sex will become the most important issue in life. In the same manner, drunkards and drug addicts create their own worlds. It is up to you to create the world of your choice. So, Gurudev is giving us so many examples of how a thought or a kind of or a collection of thoughts that we think more often than the others find company in other people who has similar thoughts, because you know that man or the animate person like us, the Jivatma, is vibrating at a frequency, because everything is energy. All matter is energy, and even our thoughts that we think on a daily basis, they make up the energetic aura that we have. So when our thoughts are vibrating at one frequency, everything else that is vibrating at that frequency in the universe is attracted to us, and we are attracted to those things. Thereby, it is said that a thief will find things related to thievery or find people who have inclination in theft, no matter where he is, a prison, a society, a market or a house. Similarly, people who have adultery in their nature will find friends who are inclined towards this attribute, or will find other people who are interested in such activities. Thereby, it is in our own hands that what kind of world we want to create, what kind of life we want to lead. It all depends on what kind of things we are doing on a daily basis, what thoughts we are thinking. Each and every thought has a biochemical energy attached to it, and each and every thought is actually making up our energetic aura and is affecting what kind of life we are projecting or imagining or manifesting to be led. So we should be very, very careful of what we are doing in our daily lives, no matter it's the books we read, the music we listen, the company we keep, the things we do, the things we think, the things we make ourselves feel, the emotions we come across, the attention we give out, the content we consume, the food we eat. Everything is affecting of where we are leading our lives, or at what frequency we are vibrating as energy, or what kind of attributes, sattvic, rajasic or tamasic, are we allowing in our world. And therefore it is man's own free will or man's own choice to create the world that he or she wants for themselves. And that is why Gurudev has always mentioned in all of his lectures that मनुष्य अपने भाग्य का निर्माता स्वयं है, because man is free to make his destiny. Man is the producer and director of his destiny, because we are free to make decisions. We have been given this virtue, this blessing of making our own choices in this world and selecting from the 3 attributes of sattvic, rajasic and tamasic. Therefore, blaming anyone for bad things, virtues, vices, morality, immorality is not the most ideal behavior, as it, no matter what we do, what we say, what we eat, where we go, what we consume, is always and always our own decision. Thank you for listening in today. Pranam everyone.
हमारे YouTube चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और बेल आइकन पर क्लिक कीजिए ताकि आने वाली सभी वीडियो की नोटिफिकेशन आपको मिलती रहे। आप सभी को बहुत बहुत थैंक यू।